Have you ever felt like life was over? Like no matter how hard you worked, everything kept falling apart. You lose your job. You lose your confidence. People stop believing in you. Even you begin to doubt yourself. Most people think champions are born different. They're not. Champions are simply ordinary people who refuse to quit after extraordinary pain. Today's story is about an athlete who lost almost everything before standing on the highest stage in the world. His journey proves one timeless truth. Sometimes, life has to break you before it can build the person you were meant to become. Years before the Olympic spotlight, before the cheering crowds, before the gold medal, there was only struggle. Every morning began before sunrise. Hours of training, sweat, pain, sacrifice. Friends were out enjoying life. He was lifting weights, running until his legs burned, practicing until his hands bled. He believed hard work would eventually pay off, but life had other plans. Then came the injury. Not just a minor setback, a devastating injury that left doctors questioning whether he would ever compete again. Months became years. Training stopped. Dreams faded. The athlete who once inspired others suddenly couldn't even recognize himself. His savings disappeared. Medical bills piled up. Sponsors walked away. Without results, they no longer believed in him. People who once celebrated his victories now questioned whether he was finished. Some even told him, "It's time to move on." Imagine hearing that after dedicating your entire life to one dream. Every day became a battle, not against competitors, but against fear, against doubt, against himself. There were nights when he wondered if all the sacrifices had been meaningless. The Olympic dream felt impossible, and sometimes impossible feels permanent. But here's what separates dreamers from champions. Champions don't wait until they feel confident. They act despite fear. Every painful rehabilitation session, he showed up. Even when no cameras were watching, even when progress was invisible. One small step, then another, again and again. Some days, the only victory was getting out of bed. But that was enough. Because greatness isn't built in giant moments. It's built in tiny decisions, repeated every single day. Slowly, his body grew stronger. His confidence returned, not because life became easier, but because he became stronger. Then came another setback. He failed to qualify in an important competition. Many believed the comeback was over. Social media criticized him. Experts wrote him off. Friends suggested retirement. The world measured him by results, but he measured himself by effort. He understood something most people never do. Failure is feedback, not your identity. So instead of quitting, he went back to work. Another year, another 1,000 hours, another 1,000 moments where nobody applauded. Then, finally, Olympic qualification. Not because he was lucky, not because life suddenly became fair, but because he refused to let pain write the final chapter. Standing in the Olympic arena, everything changed. Years of suffering compressed into one moment, one performance, one opportunity. The pressure was unimaginable. Millions were watching. One mistake, and the dream could disappear forever. But champions aren't made in the spotlight. They're revealed there. Because everything they practiced in darkness finally comes into the light. The competition began. Every movement carried years of sacrifice. Every second represented thousands of unseen hours. When it ended, there was silence. Then the scoreboard appeared. Gold, Olympic champion. The same athlete people once called finished now stood on the highest podium in the world. Tears filled his eyes. Not because of the medal, but because he remembered every painful morning, every injury, every rejection, every lonely workout, every moment he almost gave up. People saw 10 minutes of glory. They never saw the 10 years of struggle behind it. The medal wasn't won that day. It was earned every day he chose not to quit. Maybe your Olympic gold isn't a medal. Maybe it's building your business, passing your exams, providing for your family, recovering from failure, starting over, or simply believing in yourself again. Whatever your mountain is, remember this: success doesn't belong to the most talented. It belongs to the most persistent. Every setback teaches something. Every failure strengthens something. Every difficult season prepares you for a future you cannot yet see. If today feels impossible, don't quit. If people doubt you, don't quit. If progress feels slow, don't quit. Because one day the struggle you're living through today will become the story that inspires someone else tomorrow. The athlete didn't win because life was easy. He won because he refused to surrender when life became hard. And maybe your greatest victory is only one more step beyond the moment you're most tempted to give up. Keep going. Your story isn't over yet. The world celebrates winners, but history remembers those who refuse to quit. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, remember to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And never forget, the darkest chapter of your life may simply be the beginning of your greatest victory.